Okay, so I was scrolling through my video feed of so-called plumbing hacks, and I came across a video that has over 7.6 million views. And it's called Plumbing Hacks. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna check them out and see what they're doing and see what they're talking about. Well, I wanna talk about some of these. Now this is a long video, so I've broken it down and I'm only gonna go through a few, but there's some pretty good plumbing hacks on there. And actually, I know some of these plumbers. So anyway, let's jump in, let's have fun and see what kind of plumbing hacks people are out there talking about. Y'all ready? So the first one is from I Plummet on Instagram. So we're gonna jump in, check it out, see what he does. And well, number one, it looks like he's leaning a ladder up against the glass. So man, that's a no-no to me. You never know when that glass is gonna break. But look, I do like the way he's bent the PVC pipe, he's tapping it in. And I've done that before. PVC pipe's a little bit flexible, so you can do that. Look, he moves it over. He's not leaning on the glass. That's a good thing. Now the next one, the Plumber Orion. Now the Plumber Orion, I've talked about before, good stuff. Look, I love this little pump. Pump it out, get your water out so you can actually work in the valve box. Now, and I've got the old hand style pump, don't get me wrong. I love it, it works. Now this is another one, that plumber dude. Now this happens to be a friend of mine. Way to go, brother. I like what he's doing here. Man, he gets in, does a good clean repair. I love that he cuts it out nice and neat, so the patch job is gonna be easy. Shay, way to go, brother. Now this is good, this is clean. I love the little rigid press tool there. Get in there, pop it, boom, boom, boom. All right, so here we go. I can't even see this name, Somebody Live. Putting a spring in a piece of pipe so you can flex it without crimping it. Man, this is pretty cool. This is kind of old school. We used to put the spring on the outside of the pipe. Now here's one Pottlekin does. Look, molding PVC pipes. Now I gotta tell you, I don't do this. I think here in the United States, we wanna do it the right way. So we buy the fittings, we glue it on.
Boom, roasted.
Now gutter work. Now gutter work is like sheet metal work, man. Trim it, make it pretty, make it look good. Screw it together, you're gonna make it go where you want it to go. Now I do like this with a little fold up. That's kind of cool. Now this is the siding guy. And look, a lot of plumbers don't do that. Now this is one thing I saw the other day, the tap. This is interesting. Now there are some great ways to make taps. This is a great way for a live tap. I still don't think you'll get the full port, so you're gonna have problems with it. Now this is an old corroded spout. Man, you take that apart, you clean it up, yeah, you can make that thing look brand new really, really easy. So for a plumbing hack, it's good. Plumb dangerous, way to go. It's Doomsday Podcast 2.0. A pressure leak on a house lowers the pressure water can burst at any time. Now, look, y'all have heard me before. I don't really like the PEX crimp fittings just because you've put a flow restrictor in there. I would have loved to seen this more Upanor. I know that's hard to do on a line that's running like that, but I'd rather see that than a flow restriction. Now, we don't use a lot of threaded tubing over here in the United States, but yeah, I know that you can cut it off nice and neat. You can thread it, screw it together. There you go. Hope you aren't running water or anything in that, but you never know. Now, this is one that I've done before, and I got to tell you, man, I had a lot of complaints about it. Nothing wrong with that. I've had a lot of complaints before. But look here, you're looking at a very expensive pull valve here. Now, this is one thing that I would do there that other people, well, they hadn't seen it done a lot, but take one of the hot air guns. These hot air guns get hot. And you don't create that flame inside of the house that could possibly put off gases that maybe you don't want in there. Do not try this at home. I am a trained professional. So anyway, think about what you're doing. Think about where you're doing it, because do you really want to create problems that you got to deal with later? Now we're back to Arctic Haze. Quantum Tech HD said the split click top hat washer offers a far stronger installation. Now, with a name like that, it better be something really strong. Okay, I like the little flexible washer there. Pretty interesting. says it'll last for a lifetime. Well, call me at the end of your lifetime and let me know if it lasted that long.
Lasted 14 minutes.
Not a bad deal, though. I like that. Not even going to try this name here. Now, I like this because what he's doing is he's creating suction, pulls it up, and it'll suck that water up and pull it right down the drain. That's actually pretty cool. Now, my question is, could you just cut it off flush? Then you never have this problem to begin with. Okay, back to that plumber dude. Way to go, Shay. If the ice maker box is damaged, you could rebuild a valve and leave it all in place. So I like this. Build it all right there. Press, press, press. You're good to go. Hey, is that one of my press tools? I like this. Good job. Press it, valve it off, turn it on. You're good to go. Good looking installation. So guys, there are a lot of plumbing hacks out there, but let me ask you, if you're a plumber or even if you're a homeowner, going through this video, is there anything here that you do that you think, you know what, I like this, I don't like this? Me, look, we're getting to a lot of press fittings, and with houses shifting the way that they do here in Texas, I gotta tell you, I build it back in solder. If you're an old school plumber, let me know, what would you do? And the reason that I asked this, literally, I got a message just the other day in a video saying, look, the company we work for, our owner will not let us use a torch and solder. And I'm like, if you're a plumber and that's what you're doing for a living, I'm not sure where you got your license, but I think even the Cracker Jack box makes you do a test. All I know is here in Texas, we've got to make solder joints because to replace a piece of pipe should be solder. So my question to you is, if you're a plumber, which one of these hacks do you think, you know what, that's just not good? Or which one do you do all the time? Me, I haven't got into press all the time. I see the value of it. I see how it'll speed things up. I see the value of push to connect fittings. But my thing is, at the end of the day, look, if it's solder, it's underground, it's in a spot where, and I know a lot of these are going to have valve boxes on them, but if it's in a spot where it's not 100% easy access, my thing, let's go in and let's do it right. Let's clean it up, let's solder it, let's put it together where it'll last another 75 to 100 years. Now, like I said, if you're a plumber, let me know, what plumbing hacks do you do that maybe we haven't seen? And if you've got some that you do that you think are this good or better, send me a link to them or go over to my subreddit at Roger Wakefield Posts. I'd love to see them over there and see what kind of comments you get. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you doing everything you do, showing up, watching these. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear more from you. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, helping you make more money in the trades.